Yes, how you going? I am just going to be trying to sort my little computer out. Well, that's giving me a bit of a painful, but anyway, we'll keep moving forward. Welcome to our content creation strategy. It's Anthony here, and if you're new to our team and or just having a look at this for the first time, this is sort of how we're going to follow through as our process. So, welcome aboard, and let's go. Look, I see that a business is a series of processes. Now, in every different area of the business, it's sort of, in my experience, we have a desired outcome or our intentions, our purpose and reason why, an amount of time that we can actually produce that in. So we need to understand productivity. So that's probably my intention. But if I do kick off here with my intentions for this are to try and illustrate to you in the most simplest way that I possibly can, so that we can maintain quality control, keep up in time management, and in effect I'm going to call it not waste time, not create frustration, and again we'll understand efficient productivity. So now for myself, I've come from a manufacturing based business. I actually started off as a welder myself, and putting this all together, and so I say that where I used to employ welders, I'm now employing writers. So it's a manufacturing industry, I suppose, crossing over to a different industry and a different model. So I'm really trying to illustrate how I see productivity and how you may see productivity as well. Understanding quality and quality control, our keyword objectives, so that we can sort of be writing the right content and the right message to market, and how I've experienced, or if I'm talking to somebody new here, it's really about the way that I've seen success created is through a powerful team of like-minded or like-valued people. So I hope that we can work together and we can meet our core objectives of giving the customer an outstanding experience and doing it in a quality way which doesn't create frustration. So look, just as a what I'm going to call a stage one process as I put this together is, I'm quite I'm going to call it entrepreneurial, which means erratic thinker at times. I call myself the busy business builder. So I'll quite often be searching through Google and looking for content which I feel is quite valuable to a lot of our readers. So I'll take a snapshot of that and create a draft out of that. Now that'll sit in our system as a draft. Well, I'll start to discuss that with our management team, whereby we can delegate, and then after the content's been created, we're going to have our quality review. We'll have to refine if required, and that's going to be subject to the time that people have been with us, and again where we see them and how they present their workmanship. So once we've got that refinement process going through, then we're going to be able to take it out there and start to share it, starting with our own website, publishing the content on site, and getting our SEO guys to actually start to publish that in the social media platforms. All of this, I'm hoping, can be done in a achievable, measurable timeline. So again, we are about productivity, we are about efficient productivity, and getting high quality content out there to our readers. So look, as I look through the different types of content that we'll be coming up with, and this is when I say we coming up with, it's probably going to be more so myself to begin, as I try and centralize and sort of coordinate these processes and sort of try and run the business from a bigger level, I'll call it, or bigger eyes. So we've got my experience which I'm sharing there at certain times where we're doing what I'll call, or I'm doing research, and I'll find existing pages that I think will be adding better value to our pages, so we'll be replicating existing content there at times. We'll be combining. Now when I say we'll be combining, we'll be reading posts and things like that associated to our journey of growing a business, and there'll be what I'll call a snapshot. Now a snapshot might be I'll say 100 words, which is why I would be using this post or I'm going to call it copying this post. I'm just trying to remember. There's a website that actually does this quite a bit, and I just can't off the top of my head relate to the terminology. But look, a lot of these things you're going to be able to look down below and have a look, and sort of, or on the blog post that this is associated to, and just start to see feedback and comments. Now look, our content can move into a slideshow like what we're currently doing. We've got screen step procedures associated to user documentation. That's a different process, and as I'm doing right here right now is I'm overlooking a slideshow, and we'll do the same with screen steps and turn that into videos. We're hoping, or I'm hoping, that we'll actually start to talk to our community via podcasts and webinars, and eventually we're working through to events. So I'm hoping that our formula is actually moving through the transition from experience into events, and creating the content and the value adding activity along the way. For me personally, the value adding activity is that I'm delegating to a really strong team to help me create content while I stay dynamic and everything, helping other people build their business. So I'm going to want to be able to go through discussions with trusted and respected management people that we've got on board. I'm not a big believer in multi-level managers, I'll call it, or high management levels. I'm more about actually understanding the value, and that's what's coming out of the cycle in a quality way. Equally, we've got to put the management layers in place just so that one person's not actually doing everything. So we need to have that quality review / manager who understands what we're going on. So they're clear with our intentions, and they're going to be able to start to talk to our team around the type of actual content that we're trying to create out of this. So that's the initial message I've got going there. Look, once we've gone through that process, we're obviously going to delegate. Now, we've been building our team for quite a while, but we're also looking at expanding our team. And as I've said earlier in this talk over, that we're actually going to be showing you, as we expand our team, our process, so that you can try and, what I'd like to think is it's an induction process or an introductory process, so that you can come up to speed as quickly and promptly as possible. And again, we'll be sort of sharing links and what have you associated to this training down below. So I'm huge about quality. Quality is probably my biggest single most frustration in running a company. Now, quality is, in my belief, it's a perception of self-values. That is, if I want to reflect myself in a quality way, I'm always going to be looking at the goods and services being put out there in a quality way. If I don't care for myself, then I won't care about the quality of my workmanship. And here, for the record, it's a very, very high value that I hold. I don't have a lot of patience for poor quality or poor workmanship, and realistically that's one of the underpinning values that will create the success formula that I see within us, within Vuente, the working group. Now, because I'm English, our target market initially is in the native tongue of our clients, and we'll just need to be going through that on a quality point of view. Our punctuation, sometimes different countries have got a slightly different way of spelling and terminology around what I would call my definition of English. Equally, we're always looking for the emotional engagement. So what's in it for our customers? What's in it for our readers? And why are we providing good value? So we've got to be talking to them, working with them, and supporting them. And that's the whole idea in me. I want to be trying to understand that our keywords and our linked words across to cross-platform in our documentation. I want to be able to include quality images, and that means that we're going to have somebody looking for images to complement the post. We want to have a call to action. Now, whether the person joins us as in a sign up, or whether a tutorials campaign, or they actually sign up and join the Vuente community. So look, I'm what I just said, that my values are very high and I'm hugely driven around quality. I'm also very, very conscious and very respectful to, we're all humans, we're all trying, and we all make what I'll call mistakes with this conversation. So we go through our refining process now, where we sort of look back at what we've just spoken in the quality area. We'll rectify the issues moving forward. We'll give feedback to you, our team representative, and we'll also just note it in our performance reports what's going on there, and just what we've said. Now, I don't have a problem with that we're working on a global scale, and I don't have a problem that we aren't all, like myself, based in Australia and speak the same way. So I don't have a problem with working with you in any country, as long as we're putting our best efforts forward and we know that we're getting better. Then you'll be supported at Vuente. So look, once all that's done, it's really about sharing it and putting it out there and publishing it on our own site firstly, and then sharing it back through our social channels and starting to get some engagement. So look, in closing, I haven't really got any more to talk about or waffle on about, I'll call it. So we'll just sort of close out back here at our content creation strategy. And again, if you're new, welcome to our team, and hopefully you can adopt and follow our methods. Whether you're a public viewer or a team player, Vuente is all about you and creating a bigger business platform. Take care of yourself for now. Bye. Now, how do I